As of writing this, I finished the Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii 2 weeks ago, and it's not good. Once again, I have spent $130 on a game only to be disappointed, but let's get one thing out of the way. One of the benefits of having a series run as long as Yakuza has is that it builds in a floor. There will always be peaks, but it's hard to go past this worst game in the series floor. Pirate Yakuza doesn't go past this floor, but it definitely gets nowhere near the peak, meaning that this game isn't bad, it's just not good. It also delayed the Majima video I was gonna make because they decided to completely change his character for some reason. It took me a while to decide how I wanted to talk about this game, but I decided to keep it simple and talk about the biggest part of the game, arguably the sailing. Despite that long intro, I do think the mechanics and actual gameplay of Pirates are either good or understandable and forgivable. Except for the Goromaru. Conveniently, to help me out with this, I've created an internet-friendly numbered list to express my frustrations. Number 1, the speed. First up, speed of the ship. If you were unaware, the speed of sailboats like the Goromaru rely on the sails. There is a case to be made that this is a one-off Yakuza game. Why would they get in depth with sails go up, sails go down? Well, they took the time to put in a crow's nest that doesn't really do a whole lot, considering this skybox is a big downgrade from LAD8, at least in my opinion. What I'm asking for is simple. Sails up, sails down. The way things are now, even when the sails are down, you move across the ocean at what feels like a snail's pace, and the boost system is disappointing to say the least. Since we can't rely on the sails to adjust our speed, the boost should last way longer outside of combat. Speaking of which, number 2, the movement. When sailing unbothered, the awkward movement of the ship isn't really noticeable. That, or you're too distracted by your torturous limp across the ocean, but the moment you enter combat, everything comes cutting into focus. The combat relies heavily on your boost, as it's almost impossible to maneuver without it. Otherwise, you slowly plod along while the enemy ships whiz around you. But I can't help but think that the intention of this was to add a little bit of realism to the ship combat and the sailing in general. It's not like these things are supercars or come equipped with giant rocket boosters. Wait, why are we bothering with realism again? Number 3, the sea. Speaking of realism, the sea is littered with short wind currents that propel you forward as if your sails had caught it, similar to how Spider-Man 2's wind tunnels work. While they do provide a boost of speed, they're incredibly disconnected, so much so that if you aren't already headed directly towards one, you may as well wait until one does cross your path. Thankfully, these currents are often positioned just before an island or notable destination, like a Devil Flag ship, so if you do catch one, it speeds up the last leg of your journey, but still not by much. So, when there are a pair of enemy ships that are right at the exit of the wind tunnel, you can take comfort in the fact that you're sailing towards your death, just not too fast. But I'll cut the sea some slack, as sea travel has always been a slow, grueling process. This is probably why sea shanties became a thing. That, and to keep the rowers rowing at a consistent pace in unison. So those have to be good, right? Number 4, the sea shanties / music. No, unfortunately this is some of the worst music by far in the Yakuza series, in my opinion. Throughout its run, Yakuza has always had a way with its soundtrack. The usual suspects still make an appearance in cutscenes and sub-stories, but what the fuck is this?
Be careful, Captain!
I don't know what they were going for, but to me, it doesn't fit Yakuza, Like a Dragon, or piracy. Well, before I judge too harshly, I guess I should look into what a Japanese sea shanty is actually like. Maybe my Western civilization bias is kicking in. Okay, I guess I can kind of see it, but it still doesn't excuse this being the only song my crew knows for the entire game. I've hesitated to make too many comparisons to Assassin's Creed Black Flag because it's kind of obvious, and I don't think anyone expected this game to match the level of golden age of video game piracy, especially not on its first try. Obviously, this looks way better than Skull and Bones, but it even is an improvement on AC Black Flag. No disrespect to that game.
With all due respect, you're such a fantastic moron.
Oh my God, he admitted it!
But considering a staple of the Yakuza series is picking up random pieces of paper you find on the ground, we could have had nearly the exact same system as Black Flag, just to increase the musical repertoire of our crew. I mean, we already have to collect 10 CDs to recruit a rock star because he won't sail on a ship that doesn't appreciate music or some shit like that. Number 5, the Pirate Coliseum. Finally, the Pirate Coliseum. I mean, what is there to say about the Pirate Coliseum? Parallels to The Man Who Erased His Name aside, this arena is the culmination of all of the broken systems I've mentioned so far working as one. And it's still fun. Kind of. There are issues with the Majima combat that I have, but I'm honestly not too upset with those. Part of my reasoning for it is I'm just too good at the game. Unironically. In the past year or so, I've spent over 1,000 hours with the various iterations of the RGG combat system.
What? What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
And all that time has paid off. I never had to bother with the extra perks you get, like summoning demon animals. I got the sharks and I barely needed those, so I never felt the need to invest the time in getting those extras if it meant sailing on the Goromaru for longer than I needed to. Miko Mango warned me not to boost my attack, but I forgot and demolished the game without any real difficulty. That being said, the pirate battles would probably drive me up a wall if I didn't get to start out with energy cannons and lasers. The real combat was never battling other ships, but battling with the ship mechanics, so having overcharged weapons didn't seem like the boon that it should have been. You might take issue with that, or with me reviewing the game with these added perks, but I paid $130 for this game, so I'll use whichever weapons I choose. Blame RGG for not making them cost more, as money was not hard to come by in this game. I don't know what it was about the original Like a Dragon, but I really felt how poor Ichiban was at the start of that game, and I really felt like I worked hard to get him his money. That and the business made a lot of sense as to how I was able to just print yen. But that is the end of my list. It's still not easy for me to find the time to make these videos, so I want to thank you guys for watching this far and showing huge support to the Saejima video. I want to get back to some of the fun projects I started earlier in the channel, which I've linked down below. It would really help me out if you guys checked out those videos and subscribed to the channel, so that way hopefully I can devote more time to these as we're trying to grow. Just a quick update for you guys, more content coming soon. Thanks again, bye.